What's up, man? Welcome back to another episode of the DipdNWhipd podcast. I am your host, Hoff with the sauce and my dog.
Skinny.
And we got a special guest today. We got a great conversation coming in. My dog, we grew up with him, played high school football with him.
Yes, sir.
Was a great athlete. And now he's turned into something even more amazing than just an athlete, somebody who uses their intellect to also curate a great photo, a great image, and just great art in general. My dog, Aymiel.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Yes, sir.
I did not pay you to say all that, but I appreciate that.
Nah, man,
so good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and it's all true, man. Getting to see him after so many years, after high school, everybody go their separate ways. Mm-hmm. Even linking back up with Skinny,
yes,
and him being a part of the podcast too. It's just like sometimes God just make a way for things to come together
the way it's supposed to happen,
and that's how it's supposed to happen. So I'm just glad we got my dog in. Glad my boy Skinny rocking with us strong.
For sure.
So we here, man, and we gonna keep showing love to G County. We gonna keep showing love to those who are being successful and doing different things outside of just the norm of what we learned as young men, or what we thought was possible as young men to do. So as y'all know, we start off with our icebreakers. So Skinny, you got us with the icebreaker?
I got a good one for us.
Okay.
All right. I want y'all to think. All right.
All right.
So look, it's y'all last day on earth. Y'all done did everything that y'all wanted to do. All right. Y'all got y'all last supper. You got a table full of any food that you want.
Oh, I watch
what we
YouTube
doing?
Shit. Okay.
What we bringing to the table?
Okay. All right.
I got some questions, some follow-ups that's important.
Yeah.
I know you gonna answer first. I'm gonna let you
I was gonna ask a question too.
Okay. You might.
Go ahead. No, you
go with it.
Now, is there a number?
Bring whatever you want to bring.
Whatever I want, size too.
Entree, sides, dessert.
Are we doing? This is my question.
Yeah.
Are we doing like how the appetizer, entree,
whatever you want,
dessert,
whatever you
whole
want,
course,
the whole thing, whatever you want,
full course meal. All right. Yeah, I'll let you go since you
let's
guessed.
do
Nah,
it.
brother, you had it locked and loaded.
All right, so
let's do it.
First of all, I'm gonna start with dessert.
Yeah,
gotta have peach cobbler.
Okay,
peach cobbler
with the crumble.
Well, more specifically, my mother's peach cobbler.
Okay,
because can't nobody beat that one.
Yeah,
because the way she does it, can't give the recipe away, but I'm just say she does it real well. And then she got that, instead of doing like the lines across, she layer another layer.
Got some razzle dazzle on it.
Sprinkle that sugar and that cinnamon.
Yeah,
I'm thoroughly intrigued,
man.
Yeah, it sounds delicious.
Hey, man, when I tell you it hits so different, bro. Yeah. That got to be the first one.
All right.
I'll let y'all take away the other ones, and I'll come back in.
Okay, for sure. It's me time?
Yeah, I'll let you go.
Oh man, I think I might go. Okay, I'm gonna go gumbo. Hold on. Can I add them? I gotta add my moose boosh.
Okay,
you feel what I'm saying?
Okay,
so I'm gonna go potato salad, about a dollop about that big, in the middle of it, right?
Yeah. Really?
On the bed, all right? No. A king side bed, all right?
Ooh, okay,
brother. Going to the moon, bro. You asked me a question. It was only imperative that I hit it out of the
park.
There you go. There you go. Say Skinny.
Y'all fixing feel me.
Okay.
All right. First off, I'm making a call. CC's. Can I get 2 boxes of cinnamon rolls? I need the cinnamon rolls all day. One box to bring there because I'm gonna eat it, and 1 box at the table. I need it.
You want me back?
You know it. You know it.
Get one of those. Get one of those. Brother. Get one of those, brother.
Hey, man. One of those. Hey. All right. Let me go.
Yep.
Since you already went gumbo, then now you got me down south. You got me where my people's at.
Do I?
Back at the crib in Louisiana. So I got to go to Franklin. I got to travel to Franklin with my cousins, Brennan and them.
Yeah.
Let's go. Red beans and rice.
Ooh.
Let's go some fried chicken. Great Sunday dinner. Great Sunday old classic after church Sunday dinner. Red beans and rice, fried chicken, collard greens,
sleep paralysis,
mac and cheese,
We feel you, brother.
You know, I already had the peach cobbler,
in the back, brother.
But you know what? I might as well just go ahead and add a sweet potato at the end, and let's just do that sweet potato pie. Let them go ahead, wrap that all into one. And you know, I like the sticky rice. I like that rice that stick to the pot a little bit. You got to scrape it off the side.
Jasmine rice, boy.
Hey man, woo! Hey, don't bring me back.
You doing it how it's supposed to be done.
Right. Yeah. Come on, man.
He's doing it how it's supposed to be done. Hey. Now I'm gonna hit you one last thing. It's gonna be a curve, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Amongst my travels and being being with different cultures, you know what I really started like? What? Casseroles, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
What type?
Brother. The green bean. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Brother, I put a dent in the green bean population. You give me a couple pans of them now?
Yeah. It's over.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Set for life.
Over.
Set for life.
Man.
Over, brother.
Yeah, tell them again.
You gotta trust me. Look at the physique. You gotta trust me. I don't know what
he say. I'm built for this.
The proof is in the progress, man.
Yeah, I'm built for this.
Come on now.
Yeah. What about you, Skinny?
So look, you took the gumbo, so I'm gonna give you that one.
Yeah.
We gonna slide with something that I like. That's a struggle meal, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a bed of rice too. But I'm gonna get some bush baked beans. And when I get the bush baked beans, I'm chopping the weenies in it.
Yeah.
When I chop the weenies in it, pause.
Brother.
But when I chop the weenies in it, it's over. So I'm gonna get that. But also, bro, on the other side, I might give another call. I'm gonna give a call to Lotus. And I need a loud pack.
I already knew it.
Fully loaded. Fully loaded. Got
to have
Boy.
it.
All right.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I might not even want to die after that.
Yeah, no cap. I'm just going, you know what? Ask for one more day. One more again.
One more hour.
Some of that's better the next day.
You know what?
Some of that's better when you go back in.
You got to.
That seasoning.
Sometimes, sometimes it got to sit and marinate. Just one more day.
Yep.
Once it's all cooked, once that heat kind of just die down, you just let that sit, and it seeks into the skin, it seeks into the flesh.
Y'all ain't said a drink. What's y'all?
I was about to ask that. Okay, hold on. But first you got to do a fountain, and you got to do beverage's choice.
Say it.
Beverage, I mean.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie, y'all gonna, you feel me? Judge me a little bit.
Nah, you good,
brother. So at what's that place called? Rice Box.
Okay.
On the tap, they got this like sparkling water.
Okay. Yeah. I love me a sparkler.
Come on now. Come on now. They think we changed. Ain't nothing changed but the change, huh? Okay.
I love me a sparkler. I love me a sparkler.
I order that with my pinky up.
Come on now.
Look, but I'm telling you, over at Rice Box, I don't know which location. No, you know what? The one in Rice Village.
Yeah, I'm about to say Rice Village.
They got the tap. They got the sparkling water. You get you one of them.
Yep.
Of ice.
Oh yeah.
Smooth.
That's the only way to order it.
Smooth. Okay. What's your
okay. What's my Let me get you right.
What's your yada mean?
Okay. Let me get that. Lately I've been on a real espresso martini kick.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Drake kind of put me on a little bit. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you. Everybody always gonna say they been on it.
Yeah.
I ain't been on it. But let me tell you what I've been on. Carajillos, brother.
Okay.
What is that?
What's that?
Hold on now.
Yeah, please.
Wait a minute. Let me bring you back in. So look, Carajillo is technically the cousin to the espresso martini.
Okay.
But just a little bit more, I would say, relaxed. But in that, you get a little bit different taste. I would say I would drink a Carajillo in the morning with the French toast.
Okay.
I would drink an espresso martini as a nice cocktail on the way out.
Gotcha.
Okay. Gotcha. So the one is before and the one is after.
Oh yeah. But but you can swap them.
Okay. All right.
You can and you may.
All right. What about you, Skinny?
Say, man, I'm a strawberry lemonade type of man.
Okay.
Bro.
Okay.
But listen, when you go to Wendy's, bro, I get a tangerine twist, large.
Oh,
tangerine twist.
Okay.
You said it earlier, light ice. But with me, bro, I don't need no ice, bro. It's taking up space. It comes cold. You feel me?
I'm a no ice brother. So.
I don't need all that. But for sure, when I go and get a drink, I like frozens, bro. I know they might say it's sassy or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be tripping, frozen, bro.
But listen, they got this blueberry lemon drop from Cutting Kitchen. Hey, if you know, you know.
Come on,
putting you on.
Come on now.
Hey, look,
fire.
You can call me Sesame order lemon drop.
Say, man.
Hey, man.
Hey,
look, I'm gonna dispel this all the way. I love me a sweet ass alcoholic drink.
For sure.
I like my shit slink. I like my shit sour. I like my shit any type of way. I like my shit. I like a daiquiri. I like all that shit.
I'm on it.
Just trying to have that shit on the rocks and hard to the chest.
Yeah.
I
don't need that.
Nigga, I'm a man. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Look,
you think I care what another nigga think when I'm drinking?
They want us to drink whiskey neat and shit. Nah, baby, bring me that peach Bellini with the little garnish on top. A wedge of watermelon.
Come on,
thank you. You feel me?
Matter of fact, put the shit in the drink, make it more sweeter, and then give me the sugar around
and
the
do that little,
I want the sugar around. I don't need that.
Come on now, give me that shit, and let me have it. Bring it to me, and tell it the nigga at the end ordered it. Okay, my shit. You know me. I like me a nice sparkling. But at the same time, a good Arnold Palmer will get me right. A good old fashioned Arnold Palmer will get me. Old Arnold Palmer sweet, matter of fact, because sometimes I don't know what they catch themselves doing with the Arnold Palmer, trying to put
25%,
just regular tea in there, not the sweet, the unsweet.
Yeah,
I'm like, nah, brother. When I ask Arnold Palmer, make sure that shit's sweet.
Go big on big.
Come on, big on big. I need that. Now for my beverage of choice, there's been a select few locations that I've been to. You know, that has these different things. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's a mixture of cucumber, lime, mint with some Patron in that thing.
Yeah.
Or they can sub it for another tequila. But that little mixture right there, get me right every time.
Crazy.
Give me right every time. Every time. It feels refreshing. It quenches your thirst, and it gets you there.
Yeah.
So like,
take you through that.
Come on now. It does the job every time, man. It does the job every time. But now,
icebreaker.
That was beautiful. You know, got us going. You know, we in that mode
skinny,
now.
My back big.
Come on now, baggy. You know, I don't wear the big clothes for nothing. You know what I mean? I gotta hide the gut because the gut is done. You know what I mean? You can see it in the face. Now, but so we got a good topic today, man. What we are doing now is we do have, you know, a set number of guests lined up, and we do want to talk about the transition from like knowing what's, you know, going through sports and life and everything, but also transitioning into what your calling is. Like as young men, we saw ourselves as one thing because we thought that's what we were supposed to be. And then, you know, you run into life and life hits you and it kind of redirect you. You take that pivot and you fall into what you actually are called to do, what God is actually calling your purpose. So now that you're in the art field, which we all are as well, and I feel like we all are passionate about the arts that we do, just expounding on that and kind of bringing a light to younger Black men or Black men who has the same experience of trying to find their purpose or not in that lull of where like, damn, I did this one thing for all my life and now I'm in this lull or I'm in this hole and I don't know who I am as an individual.
Absolutely.
Well, like myself, like Skinny, like yourself, we found our passion, our purpose in an art form that we probably didn't even think of at the time because we were so, you know, one track minded on one thing. So I just want to talk about your, you know, we've talked about it on a personal level, but talk about your journey into finding, you know, photography or just finding that passion for art in general.
Got you. So I've always, and you guys can attest to this, growing up, we were always just taught to be one thing, right? Yeah. And that's overly successful. We had to overachieve to get out of where we were.
Facts. Yeah.
And to do that, we only had a couple vehicles. For me, it was really only one choice.
Yeah.
When you end up being like 6 foot, 200 pounds in 8th grade, it's like, oh no, you have to do this. No art, no nothing. That was pretty much it. I never even understood the concept of art. Now that I look back, I realized my body was literally screaming to do that. from the tattoos to, finding different things, to finding these clothes, like any way to rebel from just being an athlete, but not being able to say it. Because think about this, like I was suffering from success, if that makes sense. I couldn't tell my mom, like, hey, I don't want to play sports. I don't want to get this full ride scholarship. I want to go do this. That was not an option. So I had to go, and thank God for it.
Right.
A lot of people don't have that. So I'm always going to be appreciative. But it wasn't until that, to be honest, I was, forced to retire from sports. Like, so my sister got diagnosed with cancer and was pregnant at the same time. This was right as I was leaving, right in the middle of COVID. Me personally, am I saying that God created COVID just for me to learn a lesson? No, but I do think that I was headed to a realm where I wasn't prepared to get that amount of money at all. Because if you think about my trajectory, like I went from, being a team captain and playing, and we played everybody from Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, like all of that in the same year, which literally 6 months later, I was working at Candy Shack in the drive-thru. Right?
And what school was that? And what school was that?
U of H.
Okay.
Yeah, University of Houston. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Them boys, you know what I'm saying? You of H to do your thing. I'm being at Texas Bowl too if y'all look at LSU.
I'm going to be there.
Hey, man.
Now, I ain't going to be going for U of H.
Hold on now.
I'm going to be going for my Tigers.
Now, you know what? I give you that because you've been a fan since high school.
Come on.
So I'm going to give you that.
Yeah.
But as I was going back, so I never really had, an opportunity to be anything else until there was nothing else. Right. Yeah. So I was like, oh, well, I mean, now here I am working in the, in the drive-thru. Like, I mean, I asked God, like, how far am I going to fall? It's feel like the bottom now. Like, look, God, I don't want to be, you feel what I'm saying? But this field, like, there ain't nothing below this. Right. And boy, did he show me. But after that, he started putting things in my life, and it just started, my trajectory was just up. Right. So I actually got my camera. I got it from an ex-girlfriend, excuse me. And she basically took her camera. She was like, hey, look, you're not going to use this camera. Because at the time I was reselling shoes. You're not going to use this camera anyway. And I was like, despite her, I was like, well, I took my last little money, bought a camera. And ever since then, it was just, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it went from that to, I was just falling in love with everything I was seeing. And then I fell in love with creating a universe that I wanted to see. And then from that, I delved deeper into that. And I was like, you know what? Fashion is where it's at for me, because I've always had an appreciation for fashion, specifically women's fashion, because my mom and my sister grew up curvier women. And at the time, they could only shop at Lane Bryant. Okay. So I remember my mom and my sister being really frustrated because they wanted to express themselves. And so that's that fashion was kind of there. And now I was like, you know what? It went from not having nothing to having a camera to being a fashion photographer in a place where they really don't appreciate it. It was kind of crazy. I picked the exact wrong thing to do at the exact wrong time, but I wouldn't change it. You know? So I'm not sure if that really answered kind of like that question.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's pretty much the layout of it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So going through that journey and like kind of getting that camera out of spite and seeing like there is something that now I have to do, because it's calling me, it's calling my name. What was that moment where it was like, damn, this is literally where I needed to be this entire time. Like this was my particular calling. I just didn't know it.
Yeah. I would say for me, it was my first fashion show. I went to a fashion show. It was downtown in Houston, and people were showing me my art, but didn't know it was me. They're like, oh man, like, I guess I was talking about this guy about photography, and we're talking about getting the mood board together. He said, hey, I want a shot like this. It was my work. And I was like, I didn't realize people outside of me were seeing it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, kind of like that, like, and I kind of told him, he was like, oh, that's really cool. And we ended up being really cool. And, I worked with his brand after that. But I think that instant, and I tell him this sometimes too, in that instant, I'm like, like other people are seeing this outside of me and they're resonating with it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. That's it. I'll take it. It's there it is. After that, I'm like, now let's build this portfolio of work that's meaningful to me, because if they're seeing it, I want them to see and understand a part of my mind.
Right. Yeah.
So that's kind of where it was for me.
Yeah. From like just getting the chance to work with you and seeing, the process. I felt like for us, it was seamless, easy, just kind of bouncing ideas off each other. But just saying before that interaction and looking from the outside in, just I appreciate how out of the box your thought process is on capturing and not just an image, but like the concept or just the overall feeling of something too, because not only can you see it, but you can feel what this is supposed to be telling me. Like even from our shoot with the one best, like definitely one of the pictures that you look at, you like, damn, this is definitely telling me this is what it is without even knowing the backdrop or the background, even knowing what we did to, capture that image either. So I just appreciate how out of the box you think. And how do you find, what your muse is or your inspiration for a shoot or an idea? What is your process to, come up with something? Just for me, to come up with an ensemble, right? It starts as an idea. It almost starts as a separate character for me. So
I like that.
So instead of it being Demetrius, it's always Hoff. Who is Hoff is going to be? Hoff is somebody completely different. So let me see what Hoff want to put together. What is today's mood? You know what I mean? So for you, what is that? How do you break down where you start at and then where you finish?
I think first of all, that's a really profound question. I think, I know. For me, it always starts with like this idea, right? Because I look to Virgil as a huge inspiration.
Yeah.
In terms of like just the idea of 3% rule, right? But for me, I take it. I'm like, okay, I start there. I don't necessarily end there. Like, I take a concept, like my favorite photographer, Philip DeCorsa. I look at his light and I look at this. I'm like, okay, I understand what he's trying to say. This is the language he decided to say it with. This is how we got to this destination. Now, deconstructing that, what is he trying to say? I'm not trying to say that. I'm trying to say this. Okay, what vehicle did he use? He really used lighting, temperatures lighting, more so than colors of lighting, but temperatures. And kind of like the placements of that. I'm like, okay, I like the idea of that in particular. So I'm going to use that language to say this now. Okay, now to break it down to the audience, because to be honest, we work in a realm where the audience has to have some type of, understanding of your work to, so I leave a little Easter egg for them. Like I make it, if it's very plain to who it's plain to,
right?
So if you want to see a great image, you'll see a great image. But if you dig deeper, then you will see. So after that, I'm like, okay, you know what? Now that I got to understand for what I want to do, what can't I do? That's literally my next question. I'm like, hey, I can do this. I can do this. Have I ever lit it like this? I don't even know what that looks like, but that makes me want to shoot it more.
Right.
Because for me, my next shoot should be pushing me, in order to grow.
Right. Yeah.
Like there's so many great photographers. It's like I have to, bring A, bring shit. I mean, the same thing with football. Like you watch a film, you're like, oh God, like, hey, I gotta I gotta hit the gym a little bit harder this week. Or even models. So for instance, when you tapped in with me for a shoot and then we met at that fashion show, because I'm not sure if we clued you in, but that's how it happened. Yeah. So he tapped in with me for a photo shoot and I was like, yeah, I got you. Yeah, right. Okay, cool. Because it's love. I'm gonna get you. But unfortunately, like I don't really check my DMs like that.
Yeah.
That's just, I'm making a website guy. So, I'm just like, thank God I'm getting so much love, but I have to get a website to be able to service everybody properly.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And so I see him at Fashion Night Out. He was like, not Fashion Night Out, it was Streetwear Market.
Yeah.
And he was like, come on, bro, let's get it done. I was like, easy. This time, this week, let's do it. And I scrapped every mood board I had, because when I thought about your styling, I was like, okay, here's somebody who's meticulous. Here's somebody who's thought-provoking through the idea of color. Now, what if we take this person that focused so much on color and put them in a realm where they have to use silhouettes? I feel like you're going to find a new way than a person that always use silhouettes. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, use silhouettes too.
Yeah.
But if your main conveyor for me was color, put you in a realm, you're going to find a way to make a unique way. It's your nature.
Yeah.
So that's why immediately I was like, okay, brown, we shot on a brown background with brown things. That's all it was, just different shades of brown. Everything was brown. So taking you out of that colorful landscape, I was like, okay, let's see what you create. And I think you did such an amazing job. Like,
appreciate it, bro.
Oh my God. Like I wish pictures could talk. I know we're trying to make them talk, and hopefully mine does talk.
Yeah.
But I wish they said what we're saying now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. So I would say that in turn, if that answers your question,
Yeah.
that's sort of how I come up with that.
And that's the thing, because that's amazing. Because I've seen plenty of photo shoots and I've seen photography. So with you when did you start?
In terms of like photography?
Yes.
Honestly, I always said 5 years, but no joke, I think it's only been like 3.5.
3.5 years?
Yeah, 3.5 years. Like for like doing professional photography. I've always had a camera, but professional, like actually taking on people and saying, let's shoot this. 3.5 years.
And what would you say is your favorite type of shoot?
Oh, like type in terms of like the focus or
yes, focus, yes.
I would have to go with of course fashion, but editorial fashion, because you can do a lot of like art there too. You know, because they have this thing called like art photography. It's not the same, or high art photography is not the same as editorial. Yeah, they're similar, but they're not the absolute same. So I would say editorial. Is
editorial more difficult or?
Oh man, I would say, to be honest, now that I'm doing it, the most difficult like photography for me has been either street, because it's you have to literally tell a story in your head, or I would say, you know what, commercial work, like commercial photography, like a white background. Yeah, I don't know why I could do all these high fashion concepts. Yeah, but if I have to do e-com, that's what it is. It's called e-com. That is, and it's so simple. It's like just two big lights, because the bigger the light, the softer it comes down on your subject. That's all it is. Two big lights, light in the background, and you have just a person just in front of them, and it's perfect. I don't know why that's so hard to me.
Sometimes the simplest
thing. I'm about to say, maybe since it's so simple, and I feel the same way sometimes. Like when it gets to mismatching, right? Yeah, like it's so easy to mismatch. It's so simple for like just white background. But when you don't think like that, and when your mind is so busy thinking outside of the box and thinking like, okay, yes, my simple is still more complicated than the norm simple, if that makes sense. So that makes it more challenging to kind of dumb yourself down to say, okay, let me just wipe all of this off and then go straight line simple. Because for me, being simple, this is simple. To me, right? This is
somebody else.
All black. This is simple, but let anyone else tell it, it's not. So I feel like you said, sometimes the simplest thing could be the hardest thing. Almost like basketball. Why, like a free throw? It
look easy as hell.
The easiest because you have nobody defending you, but that's the most pressure. Yeah. When you wide open to catch a pass, that seems the easiest because you already wide the fuck open, but it's everything mental in your head saying, fuck, don't drop this ball, you wide open. You have no choice but to catch it. Everybody gonna see you drop that bitch.
Yeah, you think yourself out of it, honestly. I mean,
exactly.
You know, so that was, to go a little bit back in the sport, because a lot of what I have done in sports, it trickles down.
Translate,
yeah, for sure. I remember like it was yesterday. So we were playing Louisville at home. Lamar Jackson, this is the year after he won a Heisman. He was supposed to win it twice in a row, but they gave it to Baker Mayfield. Right. We ain't gonna talk about that, but he definitely should have won that.
Just like they did last year on the.
Come
on now. We ain't even gonna talk about it.
Come on now.
We ain't gonna, but
they know though.
Yeah, they know.
But so I remember the coaching scheme was different. They didn't, like, all the players were the same. It was honestly very simple.
Right.
What they were trying to teach us was, don't overthink this. Yes, he's a 1 in a million player.
Yes,
but it's just a sack. It's just do the small things. Right. And you will get there. You don't just because you're playing or you're against this, this huge force, or you're doing this huge shoot, doesn't mean you just negate the basics.
Yes, no, that's the same thing.
Yeah, if anything, we focus on them, and then it's like, okay, now you're getting back to a language
Yeah.
That foundation starts off. Then you just build from.
Yeah, and that's like, even when it comes to sports or everything in life, is always Go back to the basics.
Yep.
Go back to the fundamentals. Go back to that foundation, because the more simple you think about it, that's literally what it is. It's as simple as what you learned from the beginning. The foundation, the basics, the fundamentals will keep you to where you need to be. You know, it's going to take you right here. Okay, if I have such and such on the line and I have to take a inside jab to get an outside release, don't overthink it. I'm not about to chop my feet for 2 seconds and not go anywhere. I'm going to take that jab to his inside leverage and then head to his outside shoulder and stack it. So like, just not overthinking things. And of course that goes with everything in life, because as life gets harder, you start to overcompensate and overthink a lot more.
So many different areas. Because
you feel like you have to have everything answered. And I feel like when we break things down, if you take things one at a time, everything becomes simpler.
Absolutely.
So,
you know how many people don't have the skill to do that, or the ability to do that, because they never was put in a position where they had to understand that? Or like, you know what kills me about everything? I think that, and this is why, like sports, I understand the concept behind it now. Like growing up, like, oh, why I got to do this? Why I got to put my hand on the line? Why I got to touch the line? Why I got to do? Because people genuinely can't do, and it's not even like, you know, saying we're better than the people.
No.
But for people to, like, they're communicating with these, like, some people come to me, you know, with their problem, like, hey, this is solved by doing this, but they can't comprehend getting it done. It's like, it's like a whole lost concept, because that's all we've been doing. Like, we all grew up basically playing for the same team. We all had the same coach. We all know, right? But they don't, right? But that's also a chip on your shoulder to say, hey, look, I know how to get where I want to go, right? And that's maniacal ever. That's doing the same thing 2% better every day, and then eventually I'm gonna look, for sure, come on, you know, easier said than done, but at least we know how to say it.
Yeah, man. So, with that, do you feel like this path that you've taken now, and using the lens as a way to express yourself, do you feel like that's allowed you to be more open and more free with being vulnerable as a human being or as a man, as far as, you know, kind of finding your way through your art form?
Oh, absolutely. I think so. For me, every shoot is very vulnerable. Like every shoot, I look at it like a therapy session almost, like, because I'm basically professing myself in what I think is just on full display.
Right.
So absolutely, I think that I know for a fact that if I had not done the work to be more vulnerable with myself, whether it's my relationship with God, whether it's my, you know, my duties as an uncle, whether it's my, you know, whatever it is, right? I don't believe I would have gotten to the point where I can say or do certain things with the lens. I don't believe so. You know, so absolutely, I'm very vulnerable. Every shoot is vulnerable. So when I print my work, on the back of any work that I do is a poem, and people don't even know I do poetry, right? And that's really vulnerable, because if you're like, you always going to have this concept of me not being good. So that's why I put it on the back. It's like, if you ever find it, you know, there you go. You know, it's another piece of me. So that's how vulnerable all artworks are for me. That's why I only release certain things. I only do certain things. I only take certain jobs.
Right.
Because I can't share, you know what I mean? Like, you've been to it. You're like, we talk, we do certain things, we incorporate other people. Like, that's genuinely my most vulnerable place.
Right.
Not only, you know, from a standpoint of me having basically all this expensive gear here, like, that's vulnerable in its own.
For sure.
But being there with your mind, like cultivating this new idea or this idea, that's a vulnerable thing. And that's what I tell people all the time.
And also trusting someone with your vision as well, because it's a, you know, an interdependent relationship where you have to not only trust your source or your muse, but they have to allow themselves to be vulnerable with you and trust you to capture also what they believe to be true for themselves as well.
Absolutely.
So having that, you know, kind of vulnerability in moments like that, where we did, you know, get to talk and chop it up and just make each other, whether, you know, we grew up or not, seeing somebody for, you know, after years of years, we both became different people.
Totally different people.
So like being able to reacclimate to each other and be comfortable again and be like, damn, this is cool. You know what I mean? Let's get this shit taken care of. And then it just flew, you know, it's just time flew by. It just flowed so easy. So,
that's crazy because remember we used to run into each other
all the
at
time.
the Gallo.
All the time.
I was a different person then I was being you. So it's like, yeah, like
it's totally different because I used to work at Foot Locker. I used to be there all day, but I used to see everybody and I used to see them all the time. We used to see each other all the time. And it's always been love, you know, and to see the growth in us as men every day.
It's
crazy,
brother. Come on,
man.
Brother.
Hey, I'm so proud of us for real.
So
I wanted to follow up from that question that you did ask them. So I know, like with me, I make music, and also I have found that I was able to like edit videos, etc. Okay, so with me, what connected and what made me the happiest was when I seen that other people related to the music, related to the ideas that I put out.
Right.
Which like your clothes, when you put your stuff on, people relate to it. And if they don't relate to it, they like, I know that's fire. You know what I'm saying? It's an idea and your art is expressed. What makes you the happiest when you make your photography and your different scenes that you have?
Oh, that's first of all, a profound question. I keep saying profound. You guys are asking such great questions. I could talk all day.
Man.
Two things. The first thing I want to say is making music is definitely more vulnerable than anything. Like
I'm about to say,
oh my God, making music is probably one of the most vulnerable things you do because everybody's accustomed to saying that shit ass. Everybody's accustomed to doing that, right? Like we just get likes or they don't have a dislike button right now. You know what I mean? Like they could tell you, but they gonna just go on, right?
Yeah, they just move past it.
To answer your question, what makes me the happiest, I would say, is the moment that I get the images home and it's just myself and images, just us. You know, I probably got some Sade playing or something. You know, I'm editing.
Setting the mood.
Because for me, a piece ain't done until I get really emotional about it. Right, and so I'm like, okay, this is it, and I hold on to it. I don't release it yet. I spend my time with it. Edit a couple times, watch it. You know, I show, my closest people. Like for instance, when we shot, I sent you those. I was like, hey, look, there you go. That was before it even, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I invite people in, stay with them, probably edit them again, and then I so like that time from a finished shoot to the time where I realize the image is done, I'm the happiest. You know, because it's like, or really honestly that ride home where I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? This is crazy. Like we just did another one. You know what I mean? Like, and no one knows yet. You know, I think that's kind of the coolest part.
I think that's the best part though, because correct me if I'm wrong. Like even when you lay some shit down and you did your big one with that one, you know nobody heard that shit yet. You're like, oh yeah, I got one.
I got one in the chamber. Yeah, they don't even
so
know.
Like it's even with that being said, it's like I think that little time you have in the in between of knowing, like, damn, this shit that I just did was different. This was magic,
and you get to cherish it because you realize, like, this is a gift that I have.
Yes,
like,
bro.
Out of everything that I done did, it's a gift, and I'm able to put this together and think about it. I'm to start from scratch off a paper that's blank.
Yeah.
That's and crazy. Be able to create something from and tell a story. Is amazing.
Because not every when we got to think. Because I feel like as humans we take a lot of things for granted, right? So like even the air that we breathe, we take it for granted because it's just normal. You know what I mean? But for us to have 3 individual talents and it's in the art form, right, where they all can be cohesive with each other, but also so very different from each other.
Sure.
Like to have the wherewithal to see a blank canvas or see a blank page and say, there's some words that can go together to express what I want to say today. You know what I mean? Or see, I can go look at, like for you, say you can go, like you were looking at a theater or an auditorium and say, this is my next muse. You see what I'm saying? Or for me to see, like, okay, I can see a car pass by just with certain colors on it and be like, I got my next color for my next fit or something like that. You know what I mean? So
that's insane.
Like just having something that's almost like a superpower where you can see something out of nothing.
Yeah.
There is nothing there, but it's so embedded in you, or your mind works so different, where you can conjure something out of nothing and create pure art.
Yeah. And to do that from a place where, to be honest, it was gray. Like growing up, it was pretty much it. Yeah. Like whenever, like for you to say this, and I'm taking it back, to be honest, for you to say this and not be from a hub like LA, New York, Milan, but to be, from Galveston County. Yeah. I think that makes it all the more sweeter. Because like when you go tell people that admire your train of thought and you tell them, hey, I'm from this place, they're going to look at you crazy. Yep. And that is so cool to me. Like, and for what you're saying is the reason why I do most of my editorials in Galveston County. Right. Like going to New York and introduce myself, because how they do it in New York is say, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm based out of, I'm based out of LA, I'm based out of, whatever. You don't really hear, first of all, you don't hear Texas, you don't hear Houston. No. You don't hear that. That's just not something you hear. No. But you damn sure don't hear Galveston County. Yeah. So, and I make sure and say, hey, I'm based out of Galveston County. Yeah. I was like, 30 minutes down south of Houston. Yep. Yeah. That's it. It's not that I don't want to be a part of Houston. It's not that I don't appreciate it, because I'm keeping it a brick. Houston is one of the most gorgeous places I've ever. You feel what I'm saying? Yep. But to have that pride and to have these high concepts from a place that no one knows exists is some of the coolest shit ever. So for you to talk like that is insane to me. Yeah, and I appreciate you so much, bro. I do, And
I think what helped, I think for all of us, is not seeing Galveston County as the only thing.
Important.
Because you can't grow if you don't leave. Yep. You can love where you're from. Yep. You can bring things back to where you're from, but you have to leave it first to experience new things, so that way you can cultivate or at least mold yourself into who you need to be in whatever you're passionate about. So you couldn't capture this type of mindset or the way you think about your photography or your art. You couldn't do that without going experience shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, it's all about experience, and you can't have, to be honest, we all had our experiences here in Galveston County, right? Yep. All I have some experiences in Houston, right? But when you go outside of that, we know there is something a lot bigger than where we're from. But we can also take those things, inspirations, take certain ideas or take certain concepts and be like, damn, that might work back where I'm from, or this might work better if I tweak this and add this to it. Like even with the concept that you've given me with the all brown, even with that being the main focus point, that's the baseline. Why not add cheater print? That'll make it pop a lot more. Exactly. Yeah. So like just understanding from even when we talked about our experiences, even when we talked weekly or so about our experiences in everyday life, it's like we have to go through certain things, or we have to see different things to understand, okay, well, this is something that I'm going through, but it can help me have a different perspective on this. And that can even translate into my artwork. So whether you putting something down on the track, whether you're having this idea of, this is the concept I want to convey through my art because I want it to speak to you through the image, not just be a blank image on your screen where it's just like, oh, that's dope, scroll. But it's speaking to you where it's like, damn, that's strong, that's powerful, that's black, that's excellent, that's beauty. That's struggle, but there's strength in the struggle. You see, and with my, the way that I build an ensemble, supposed to show there's creativity, you know what I mean? But there's also uniqueness. There's also versatility within creativity. Yeah. So
absolutely. No, because you're good.
No, you're good.
No, I was listening. I thought.
No, keep going.
I ain't never cut that off now.
No, you're good. You're good. No, you're good.
Yeah, you're good. No, but I was gonna say, you said something that made me like physically almost jump out of the seat. Yeah. But before I do that, I want to contextualize by saying this: your fashion should say something about you, like. Because before we had anything, we had art.
Facts.
Before we had language, we had art.
Facts.
And then immediately after that, we were like, okay, now we got to position ourselves by the way we dress.
Yeah.
Certain pins, certain this. Even the pinstripes on businessmen suits was for different banks. That is intricate.
Yep.
So falling back in love with that concept is what I'm all about. Like, so sitting here and understanding like who you all are by your fashion. I love seeing people dress themselves. Yeah. Like, even if I don't really like the fit, even if I don't, it's not up to me. I just really like seeing people tell me about themselves. Me personally, like growing up, like I said, in Lamarck, I only ever knew like blue collar work. Yeah. That's why I wear, Dickies, Carhartt, Red Cap. Like that's always on me at some point. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So that, in turn, that says something about you. Says something about me. Right? And so like whenever I see a model, whenever I just watch people just walk in their clothes, like I'm like, I come up with these little stories in my head, like, oh damn, like you're so and so, you probably do this, or you probably got that from there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like but for you to say that is really cool because you don't really hear that, outwardly expressed a lot.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, no. I feel like we also, I feel like not now, but growing up as we were taught by our peers that it's frowned upon to outwardly kind of express that, bro, you look good today. Like, bro, like even with the situation of saying another man is handsome. Yeah. Like I knew I had handsome friends, Yeah. I got handsome brothers around me, you know what I mean? Because I'm not insecure in who I am.
That's the problem.
So
there's a lot of people who are. Yeah.
I know skinny can put that. Like before I even delve into anything fashion related, I knew there was people putting that shit on way before me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Skinny, Young Hefe, they was putting that shit on before me.
Way before.
Because at that point, one, either whether I didn't choose to, or two, it just didn't matter enough to me. You know what I mean? Up until I found something that said it does. You know what I mean? But I can always compliment Skinny got that shit on. You got that shit on. Like the things that we do, it's always harder for someone who don't truly know themselves or aren't fully confident in who they are, have a problem with expressing that towards other people.
Absolutely.
Because if I can get a compliment every day by someone complete stranger,
crazy,
I can always give that to a complete stranger. Why can't I give that to my peers or my brothers? You know
the
what I
world
mean?
makes it easy to you guys. Sorry about that.
You can go.
I got you. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. This is open dialogue.
This is my first time, guys.
I'm good. No, you're good.
No, but the world makes it easy. Society makes it easy to be negative.
Yeah, facts.
It's easy for me to be like, think about this. If I was on A train, or if I was on shit, or in in a basketball game, and somebody was walking, as we all know how nervous that shit is.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like what that nigga got on. Yeah. You know how many people gonna agree with you?
Yeah.
Mostly, like probably if there's 10 people next to you, probably 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Or you'd be like, hey, bro, got that shit on. It's probably gonna just be you.
Yeah.
But like once again, I kind of like the idea that, so I'm always outwardly expressive.
Yeah.
Hey, look, brother, first thing I tell y'all got that shit on. I'm gonna give you your flowers.
Facts.
First of all, when you had them 501s, nothing in the world I wanted more.
We said this, bro. He was the 501 king, bro.
Every color.
And them bitches starts down.
Brother, the 501, I'm telling you, I remember this because I used to look up to it.
Yeah.
And now that I'm here, I can appreciate you. So I'm gonna tell you, when you was wearing you wearing them 501s is why a large part of why I'm shooting photography now. So when you see your brother on Vogue, just know you wearing those 501s got all of us a Vogue shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
That's what it is, bro.
Because we all need inspiration from someone.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying? The way that our minds wonder and think and just calculate different ideas and we can bounce them off of each other. It's amazing. You have to be able to listen to it and also take the criticism from people.
Yeah.
So I have a question with the photography. I know we were talking about security and like making sure that you love your art. Was there any time that you had put out something that you felt wasn't your best work, or that it was something that you were nervous to give to somebody else or to show to the world? And how did you deal with that?
1000% yes. Another profound question. So for me, I always told you guys, like, this is super vulnerable. The moment I put it out, how I structure my shoots, how I grow so fast, I look back and instantaneously be like, ooh, I don't like that one. I'm a little embarrassed by that one. But that's why I keep every photo shoot I've ever done on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Right. So at times when I feel like that, I can go a little bit further and be like, okay, this is where I was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
This is where I am now. And for me, I always get nervous, like, because we're human. We're going to compare ourselves.
Yeah, bro.
Even if it ain't to ourselves, we're going to compare ourselves to the next person. And I surround myself with super, super artistic and super talented people like you all that I have no choice but to go crazy. Because if I do not, I mean, and you guys are going to think like that, but I am like, bro did this, bro did this. I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, being in that realm helps that not happen. But yes, there is always a little like wince when I look back at my old stuff. So if I can say, like, almost every project's like that for me. Like, because the next one. Yeah, because the next project, I'm like, oh damn, I'm so good. I look back, ooh. How did this get this many? How did this get this many? You know? So yes, absolutely. That is undoubtedly a thing. And another thing, to be honest, it wasn't until like I fell in love with the process more than the product. Then I started realizing that, okay, now this is just a memento from the progress.
Yes,
you know,
bro.
so this is just a keepsake from, you know, getting on the phone and talking about the shoot, getting on the phone and doing all this. Like, and that's why I try to cultivate these shoots where I can look back and every last one of them has a story. So even though I feel like, oh, I could have did better, I also say I made a friend or I made a huge jump along the way.
Right way to think about it.
And that I try to, brother. It's still, we all human. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we were just talking about that. You said I had bad fits. I was like, if you're not truly dressing unless you had a bad fit.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to try.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you just always was on, you're always following trends.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right? So it's the same thing. Like, if I always love everything I'm shot, I mean, not all the time, but I'm going to technically just be doing, you know what I mean? The thing I'm most comfortable with.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I'm not going to grow like that.
You know,
so.
What about you, Skinny? That same question for yourself.
Absolutely.
Because we've been talking about us.
No.
You want to know more about the music?
Come on now.
So,
come on now.
I know originally when I first started, bro.
Yeah.
I told y'all basura. Like, I was like, this shit's trash. You know what I'm saying? But I used to think it was some good work until I started getting better, and then also listen to the engineering and the way that the production was made.
Right.
It's like, all right, bro, I'm kind of nervous to put this out. It's a lot of songs that I had in the tuck. You know what I'm saying? And once I started putting out music, and I got I had some people tell me from Europe. It was a person from Europe and a person from Britain. They messaged me on Instagram and they was like, hey, I'm listening to your music riding on the right side of the car. So when I seen that, I said, okay.
Said, wait,
I'm reaching areas.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, I'm doing something good. And also I started to realize anything that I put out or anything that I made, that's how I felt at that moment.
Right.
Take it.
And you have to learn and fall in love with the process of it. And you can't really worry about the outcome of it. Just understand that everything has step by step by step. And then once you get there, as long as you put your whole heart into it, you did what you wanted to do.
It's crazy, brother. I mean, I tell you what, like, I don't think I've ever, like, I have friends as artists and as music artists, but being in this realm where we can talk about it, I got so many questions, bro. Like, how on earth do you deal with the fact that your thing, like, your medium is so out there so fast? Like, that's one thing I can say. Like, I can dictate kind of the space. Like, for instance, I can put my Instagram on private. I can allow certain people in. Brother, you have to stream yours to get, you know what I mean?
You have to be, I would say, delusional. You have to be delusional. Like, you have to put out things, and even if you don't think it's your best work, you have to understand that this song might not connect to you. This song might not connect to you, but it might connect to somebody else. So when you put it out, it's to the point where you can get to critique. You can hear people say, I don't like that song. You can have 15 or 50 people or 100 people say, I love that song. And you just never know who is gonna appreciate that song. So it's so hard because you have to be willing to know that it's criticism that comes with it, a lot of criticism that comes with it, because it's to a point where people are like, it's oversaturated. There's so many people make music. There's so many people that say the same thing. So you have to be creative. You have to think out of the box. Then you got to try to market. And once you put all of those things together, it's nerve wracking because you never know if it's gonna catch an audience the way that you want it to catch the audience.
That's crazy. That's insane. Damn, that's insane. You making me think over here now. I ain't gonna lie.
Do you like, because even when what Aymiiel said, for me, do you still find that the process is a lot better, or a lot like your happy space rather than, you know, pushing it out? I feel like the nerves come when you push it out.
The nerves, I would say it is when you push it out, because you never know how it's going to be received.
Right.
And once you put it out there and you don't get that reception that you want, and you think that let's say you think that's your best work that you put out, and you don't get that reception, it puts doubt in you.
Right.
And then it gets to the point where if you keep having doubt, what you going to do? I'm gonna keep scaling back. I'm gonna keep scaling back. Gotcha. So it's really difficult to try to understand. Some people are just delusional and just put it out and don't care. And it could be trash music. It could be good music. But at the end of the day, it's art.
Right.
It's expressing however you feel at that moment, at that time. And it's just expressing who you are.
You know what? I think people appreciate that more than quote unquote good music nowadays. I look at people's trajectory like Blueface. At the time when he came out, nobody messed with him. But only certain people was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was one of the people like, this is kind of cool. Everybody was like, man, he ain't on beat. He ain't on this. He ain't different. Brother. And just, you know what I mean? So I think people appreciate it being uniquely you more than they appreciate, I think, like a quote unquote good product. Right. It's good perception, brother. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, does it resonate with me? Do I like it enough? I look at that all the time. Like, even some of the people I look up to in my realm, you know what I mean? Like looking at their work, I'm like, oh my gosh, like how do you even consider this? This has to be something that's uniquely you. I wouldn't even have thought about this.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm delusional and I'm crazy. I like to find concepts that I think don't exist. I think everything's been created, but I know there's something that doesn't exist.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
So I'm gonna try to find it. You know what I mean? But so to find somebody that's doing that so consistently and so great, oh my gosh. Like and to be honest, finding those people and actually finding your way in a room with those people is even more nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
You know, like I always wanted to meet like quote unquote my heroes. And then when I started to, it's like, damn, like damn, like I'm in a room with damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it makes you think like, okay, let me go home and get something right. Cause now I got to deserve to be in the room. Yeah. And they don't even know I'm doing this. Like they just, oh, this is a cool dude. They don't realize I'm, fuck all that. I need to go. We gotta go crazy. Rip that, but you know what I'm saying.
And you know what? I used to think that way too. At like a certain point where it's like, I would put a ensemble together, and I would think like, damn, somebody probably got that shit. You know, somebody probably put this shit together way better than I did. You know what I mean? And I used to think to myself like, damn, that ain't even my best work. And I'm like, and fuck it, I'll just go put it on. We'll see what happens. But I guess when it changed was when I start walking into those rooms. I realized everybody got that shit on. But everybody ain't me. And so who you are determines everything. When you walk in that bitch like you belong there, that's when everything shifts. So once I saw like everybody got that shit on, but don't nobody got that shit on like me because I'm me. Yeah. Then I start walking into rooms different. I start walking into events different.
Yeah, of course.
I started being noticed a lot more for my fits and stuff. Even when I'm just going out and doing simple things, and I feel like I got the simplest fit on because I wasn't trying that day. It still shows out because I'm walking as if I belong here. Because I do. Because this is what I do on a normal basis. This is who I am.
Absolutely, brother. And I'm going to say something, piggyback off you, but before I say that, I want to give you your flowers too. Growing up in high school, brother, you tried so many things. Like I would say you've tried so many trends that became trends later on that nobody appreciated. We were wearing 501s, you know, and that was a shit. You had to go tweak it and go wear some other shit. And we were like, what bro doing? You know what I'm saying? And then ultimately, years later, they're wearing it. Yeah. I'm telling you this right now. When we were in high school, some of the things that you have tried, people were doing when I went to U of H. Not lying. I'm so serious. Like dangly earrings, for example. You wore them before the people. we went to college, they were wearing them. At first you were weird, then you became that guy. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. So I just want to tell you that before, bro. I had
appreciate it.
I told you that. I'm gonna tell you that every time we talk, bro. It's just, bro. I think when people ask me about style icons in my life, are people that just overall wear it well and like that push the boundary. I think about a lot about when I grew up because people were trying to say it but didn't even know what they were saying at the time.
Yeah.
They were saying, hey, I want to wear this, this, and this. I don't give a shit what nobody say. But it's hard to do that in the realm that we all came up from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for you to come out and to still be doing that to this day, that I truly admire you for that, to be honest. I really do. There's nothing else, with that. Another thing I can say is this. Whenever you walk in a room, right? Like for instance, when we were at the event, brother, and I'm not trying to say this in a facetious, I'm not trying to say this in a bad way. Right? I'm not trying to be, malicious. Yeah. But unfortunately, I feel like where we are in fashion in Houston is everybody got the poor end of the stick because we got all the fast fashion, but none of the idea of what made it fast in the first place. The reason why fast fashion was so great was because it was obtainable. We were supposed to obtain this thing, grow here, and develop it to other forms. Yeah. People stayed there, and that became the end all, be all. That's why we have so many brands doing the same thing. Yeah. So when I go to a place like, the streetwear market, I appreciate people for wearing and doing what they do, but I wait for I would say about only one or two people just jump out to me. You know what I mean? Because I don't think it's them. I think that's what they see. Yeah. They want it to be them. And I love that they want it to be. And I love that they're trying and doing this. So I appreciate doing that. But you can tell who it is. Yeah. This ain't a costume. This ain't a game. Yeah. This is literally what I'm wearing. Right. Even if nobody else was wearing something like that. This is who I am. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And I think you're one of those people. So it was easy to go say, hey, look, let's shoot. Yeah. Because, just how you say, I had to give you my idea. I had to, get yours as well. Yeah. Why would you travel all this way with your wife and kids, have your fit picked out, do all this when you could be doing so many other things and show up to a shoot in Galveston, Texas? Why would you do that? Yeah. If you're not going to get, my utmost respect in terms of being meticulous with the product, with the work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's just in its own.
Yes.
Yeah, so
you thinking over there now?
No.
Yeah, you thinking.
What I'm thinking about is what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah, time
to say what we got on.
Man. It's time,
what my boy House got on.
Time to talk about that shit what you did in. Come on, man. So let's go to the guest first. What you dipped in, my dog?
Oh, me?
Yeah. What you dipped in?
Clothes?
Yeah. What you dipped in, my dog?
You probably will not find it. You can go to our place in Galveston and find it.
Yes, sir.
One of my friends made me this jacket.
Come on now.
For me. I'm a big guy, so to make something like this, you feel me? And then when you see the back, if you do see the back, it's a blanket back here.
Come on now.
This ain't all jacket.
Yeah.
This blanket too.
Yeah. Come on now.
Underneath, I told you that workwear. This right here, a Wrangler pocket shirt.
Come on now.
Yeah. They can have a Carhartt right now. I've been in that. They can have that right now. Yeah. I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
These right here is these Wrangler carpenter pants.
Come on now.
If you know ball, they make these a little thinner so you can wear them even in the summer.
Come on now.
And on the bottom right here, brother. So look, I love military shoes. Love them. Even other than the Mason Margiela Gap, other than them. Yeah. So these right here, these Adidas, I wear these so much, brother, and they got character in them. You feel me? So that all goes. And on the hat right here, brother, look, I got so many of these. I don't even know what's on there. What's on there, y'all? Oh, y'all see it.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all see it, brother. Y'all see it. Yes, sir. So that's me. That's what I got on.
Say, man. I got on a plaid flannel, bro. It looked like it came out from back in Easter, but we gonna pop it. I got on a black hoodie, with the rose on the top. You know what I'm saying? It's a little cold in Houston, but hey, I'm still icy. So look, I got the black jeans on, slim fit, bro. Slim fit. Sometimes I go baggy, sometimes I go skinny. It don't matter, but you know who it is.
Skinny.
Hey man, it's skinny. Hey man, I went old school. I went with the phones, bro. Got the phones from the mouth like a bulldog. You see? Hey man, pop it.
got
what you got on, brother?
Hey man, I went with a smooth little blues type of vibe today, man. I'm feeling like Denzel and Malcolm X. You know what I mean? So I went with my making moves hat. You know what I mean?
Hey,
and this is like a painter's hat because it got a nice little, got to cut that top off, make it a little bit more square with the cylindrical. You know what I mean? And then I got the black shades on. These my snapper shades when we doing the little poetry, the spoken word. Come on, man. Then I got a nice little tortoise neck on, man. We ain't doing no turtle. We doing a tortoise. And I gotta rock my nice and heavy duty ASOS, 2-piece. You know what I mean? I like them nice and thick, man. I like
brother, that there like. I'm telling you right now, that's that shit. I thought it was a poncho this whole time.
Oh no! This top and bottom. Top and bottom.
Hey man, one of one.
I gotta kick you with the boots, cause the boots to your shoe. You know what I mean?
Man.
Nah, man. And so accessories as well. I like the white gold. My lapel pins all over. So
crazy.
Yeah, man. We got that shit on. I know we kind of a little bit over time, but let's wrap it up. I do have one question to ask for each and every one of us. Mm-hmm. We all give an answer and we get up on out of here. With everything we talked about and just kind of your individual journey and kind of touching on our journeys as well, and just how we move in our art forms. What does art mean to you? Just and knowing, it helps you express yourself, is giving you a sense of purpose. At least it has for myself. Yeah. What does art mean for you?
Yeah, brother. I mean, now is everything. You know what I mean? I feel like God gave me this language. I'm gonna speak it to the best of my ability. Art is a little bit of everything. It's dangerous. It's think about this. Most of the best art is made in times of turmoil for a reason.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So when you look at it, we're being able to do this thing that a lot of people died to give us the opportunity to do.
Come on,
Not even people that just look like us, just in general. Yeah. People have died trying to make art.
Yep.
So when it's time for you to make yours, you better scream from the rooftop. So for me, art is absolutely everything. It is nothing that I could do that it doesn't become art, that I can't see that isn't art. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's what it is for me.
Yeah. What about you, Skinny?
Art is everything. You said it right on the money. Yeah. Art is what we're doing right now, this podcast. Yeah. Art is the way we express ourselves.
Yeah.
Art is your creativity. Yeah. Everything that you do, you have to be creative with your thought process, the way that you think, the way that you want to basically put it out there. Basically, you just want to fall in love with the process. And I think that art is the process. Enjoying the process of starting from somewhere.
Yeah.
And making it somewhere else.
Yeah. For me, art is pure. Art is unadulterated. Art is beauty. Art is vulnerable. Art is us. Art is soul. Art is passion. Art is everything that encompass a human being. We are walking art. Our mind is art. The way that we see things is art, even without even doing anything, even without putting hands on anything, even without touching. Just the thought process of its conception is art in itself. For me, art, like y'all said, means the world, because not only does it help us, or it provides us with an escape from reality at some point in time, but it also provides us with a sense to talk about our realities without saying a word, because we can express ourselves through, you use more words than we do, but to express ourselves through the things that may be traumatizing or through the things that we may be going through.
Yep.
So for me, art is a guiding light. Art is a ship. Art is a vessel. And, it flows through us all. So,
and God's gift.
There you
go.
Amen.
Art is God's gift. There you go.
Appreciate y'all, boy, for having me on for sure.
Art is black. Yep. Black is art, man.
Yep.
We appreciate y'all for watching this one, man. What episode is this? Oh, it's been
27.
I think it's 26. Yeah, 26. So 26. Episode 26, man. Y'all tune in. We're gonna bring it to y'all Thursday because we couldn't film last week. Your boy was severely ill for whatever reason. It just happened, but we back now. We're gonna keep it. I know you're gonna be going for
next week.
Next week. So we might not see Skinny for a week or so. We'll try to get some more episodes in, but appreciate y'all, dog. Aymiiel coming in.
Thank y'all.
Chopping it up with us. This is another episode of Dipped and Whip. I'm your boy Hoff with the sauce, my dog
Skinny,
and my boy Aymiiel, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
Sure.
Peace.